Hey guys, how are you? So I think in this video I'm gonna show something really quickly about routing in Nuendo. And by routing in Nuendo, I just want to show you the control room. So the control room that you see here at the right of the screen, where my face is over, that is the place where all the routing happens that has to do with sound cards, speakers, and headphone mixes and certain things. And I think if I look at the set of videos that I posted so far, a little bit as a portfolio of things to talk about, I think this control room deserves its own episodes, let's say. Now, let me just show you how the control room looks from my end. What you see here at the top is the Talkback, and the thing about Nuendo is that it's kind of fidgety. Nuendo, it's so you won't really obviously see that you have to click something in order to see something else. So it's because you see this little tiny square next to Talkback that you can click Talkback and it expands. Now what you see here in these, when I hover my mouse over these, you'll see that these are insert slots. So you can insert plugins in here. Now the thing about the Nuendo control room is that it's very flexible in terms of inserts. Now what I want to show you now is the audio connections. So when you go to the studio, the top of the page, you go to studio, you click on audio connections. Now how it's set up with inputs, and I'll have separate episodes about inputs and outputs as well. In outputs, pretty much there's nothing connected to the stereo out. So the control room, when you have that enabled, it converts into the main interface that all the routing in and out from your studio goes through. So how I've set it up right now is very simple. I'm just using the left and right speakers from my MacBook speakers, so not even a sound card. And what you've got here is the same structure in the audio connections view as you see at the right of the Nuendo edit page. Now it starts with a Talkback. It's mono. Then you have the stereo out, which isn't connected to anything, and the reason it isn't connected to anything is in order to have all your audio go through a main set of speakers. So a queue is where you would make a headphone mix, and in our case the queue is a place that you can send audio out to. So in this case what you'll see my source nexus, and you'll see my audio. When I talk, you see the audio levels rise and fall, which actually just means that I'm sending audio out of Nuendo so that it's going into OBS. Now what you also have is, with me it's called Prime, but that's because my speakers are called Prime. And these are the main left and out. This is your number one monitor mix. So here's 1 and 2, which is the left and right speakers of my laptop. Now in headphones, if you have any headphones connected, you could also set them up here. And a metering channel, which is also very handy. You can set that up here if you have an external metering channel. So this basically means that you might have like an external box where you see the loudness meters of your audio, and you get a graphical representation of the loudness of your audio. This is this most simple audio connection setup for the control room, as you can see. Now, here in the control room, what you'll see my mouse hovering on. When we click on the Talkback, you'll see that I've got a bunch of plugins running. So all these plugins are actually mixing my voice live that you hear now. So the voice that you hear now with me, it sounds completely different if I turn all the plugins off. The queue, this is one queue that I had to set up in order to send to OBS. And what you'll see here is that Nuendo is very flexible in terms of the amount of inserts that you can have. But be aware that at the bottom you see here inserts and you see here main. It's important to have these selected because it will give you a different view. Now, monitors, you can also have inserts on your monitors. There are room correction tools that go on your insert for monitors. That is something you might want to experiment with. This is the place where you can add that in Nuendo. Obviously, here at the bottom you'll see the control room knob, and A and B are for control room 1, control room 2, so the normal main speakers and headphone speakers. At the moment I've got it on main speakers, and mix 1 and C1 is listening to is the way that you can listen to what you send through the headphones. So if you want to check a headphone mix, you just press C1 and then you listen to Q1, and then you will hear exactly what audio signals you are sending to the control room. Now the control room knob, I always try to have the level on a level that is consistent. With me at the moment is -17. That is the sound level that I always try to work with, and I would advise you also to have one fixed level for your listening if you make music or if you're doing sound design, specifically in order to make sure that you have fixed values for something very creative that you're going to do. So this is my overview of the control room that I wanted to give you, just to give you an idea on how I use it. Here, when I select this button that you see clicking at the top right, then the control room goes away, and then you just see the editor in full. And so just so you know, these are little tiny tips and tricks that you can see. I didn't cover the main page because the main page is a copy of the inserts page, and here you see channels and downmix presets, which I don't really use. I'm mostly always on the inserts page just to make sure that all the plugins need to be running that are running on there. So this is something quickly that I wanted to show you, and I want to wish you a good day and see you in the next video. Bye guys.